So you have written your language tests, you've done your WES, you've created a profile in the IRCC portal, you have gotten an invitation to apply. The long-awaited time has come, and you are stuck. You're confused on what documents you need. Hello fam, my name is Cynthia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. You're the real OG. Thank you so much for being with me through this journey. Thank you for your subscriptions, thank you for your likes, thank you for your engagements, thank you for your comments, for sharing. I really appreciate it. I don't take this for granted. So you've received your invitation to apply and the real work begins, right? You've submitted your test result, your scores, right, to create the profile, and you have been invited to apply. This is where the real work begins, where you have to prove everything that you have claimed in the express entry profile. First, your passport must be valid. When I say passport, not the photograph, the passport document for all applicants, it must be valid. Ensure that the names, the dates, and details match exactly with your profile. If you plan to renew soon, it's better to do it before you submit. Any mismatch can cause delays or rejection. Secondly, the police clearance certificate is required for every country that you have lived in for 6 months or more since age 18. It usually includes your home country and any country you visited in or country or current country of residence. Some police clearance certificates take time, so it's important to start as soon as you get your invitation to apply. Third will be the medical examination. You're done with an IRCC approved panel examination. The medical you will be invited for the medicals, but I think currently you can now submit upfront medicals before 2026. I think sometime in 2025 they had to start. It used to be upfront medicals before now, but they stopped at some point. Now you can do upfront medicals. You go and do your medicals and submit it alongside every other document for after you've received your ITA. So you will receive a medical information sheet to upload. The medicals are usually valid for 12 months. Fourth, the proof of funds. This is very important. This is where you show that you can support yourself and your family. It must be in your name or a joint account with your spouse. It must be liquid and accessible. It has to be consistent over time and not sudden deposits. And if you have sudden deposits, ensure that it's something that is accepted within the IRCC framework, right? Bank letters, statements are required, letters of explanation are required. Ensure that at this point you dot your I's and cross your T's. If you have sudden deposits, explain properly. You cannot just suddenly have sudden deposits into your account. If there are gift deeds, please ensure that they are gift deeds from your close relative, maybe your parents or your sibling, your direct sibling, and it has to come with a gift deed documentation. It's called a gift deed. Actually, that deed is called, it is a gift. You prepare a gift deed that has to be notarized by the notary public, and that's enough proof to show the sudden inflow. If you just sold the property, that is also allowed. You can just sell a land or maybe a property and explain properly. Please, every documentation has to have some form of explanation. This gives a kind of comfort, for the officer or the visa officer that will be reviewing your profile. Fifth is the employment reference letters. One of the most sensitive documents is the employment reference letters. If it goes wrong, you could actually get rejected or a refusal, outright refusal. So each letter should include your job title. The duties must match your NOC, that's National Occupation Classification of your job. The duties, your salary, the hours you've worked, the employment period, and the company letterhead and signature. This is where many applications fail. Accuracy really matters. The sixth one is the work history supporting documents. Your pay slips, your offer letters, and the contracts if you're a business person, the promotion letters if there's any need. These also support your reference letters. The seventh is your education documents. This is where you have your degree certificates and your ACA reports, that's the WES. All the details must align with what you claimed in your profile. And the eighth is a language test result. If you wrote the IELTS or the CELPIP, you provide the result, and it has to be within the validity period of 2 years. The French as well can be TEF or the TCF. It must still be valid at the time of submission. Language tests are key to your CRS, so double check the expiry dates. Even your WES too. It's valid for 5 years, so ensure that it has not expired. The ninth one will be marriage or family documents. If you have dependents, spouse documents, please ensure that you submit the marriage certificate, the birth certificates for children, spouse documents like the language, education, the passports, all has to be submitted, and the names must be consistent across all documents. And if there is any discrepancy, there has to be legal documents backing these. The 10th one will be the explanation letters when needed. Okay, I talked about that earlier on. You'll use explanation letters to explain discrepancies, gaps in employment, missing documents, special situations, anything at all that you feel you need to explain. Please ensure that you put a proper letter of explanation. A well-written letter of explanation can save your application. In my case, I ensure that I put the letters for each point of submission. When I submitted my educational document, if I needed to explain something, I wrote a separate letter of explanation for that. For my proof of fund, I had a separate letter of explanation for that. So it just goes that to show that you were really thorough in your submission. Also ensure that your documents are properly labeled or named before submission. Do not submit a document for A for B and expect that they will approve it. They could actually reject it, or they will, if you're very lucky, they will return it to you to kind of correct it. But please ensure that you have proper documentations before you submit. You don't want to get your ITA and that glorious moment has come and something as simple as documentation sends you back to the pool. Please avoid that. So my key advice from my experience is don't rush. You have 60 days. You have all the time. In that 60 days is enough. You have enough time. Your accuracy beats the speed. So don't rush. Take your time. You will still get your visa. You will still get your passport request and all that. You will still come to Canada because the main work has been done. What you just need to do is ensure that you are accurate, submit the right documents, organize your documents early, save everything digitally, read IRCC instructions carefully. Please do not rush. And yes, post-ITA is not the time to panic. It's the time to be calm, be organized, be intentional. This stage rewards patience and attention to details. So I'd like to know which post-ITA documents confused you the most. Let me know in the comment section. And thank you so much. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for your subscription. Until I come your way next time, my name is Cynthia and this is Alija's Diary. Bye.